I'm Darren Alexis, and welcome to a 20-something survival guide, the place where you and me learn to survive and thrive in our 20s and beyond. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the episode. Go into the chapel, 'cause I'm gonna get married. I'm engaged. I am engaged. I know you want to see the ring close up, so get a little close up of the ring-a-ling-ling. It's a Neil Lane. Yes, it is. Okay, bachelor moment. Michael did great. Today is a engagement story time. I'm going to tell you guys all about my engagement. I know you've been waiting for this, so this is for those of you who asked about it. I have been waiting to be a wife, to be engaged for my whole life. All I've ever wanted in life was to find a loving partner and be a mom and be a wife. And so I can't believe I'm here. It's so exciting. And God could have not given me a better partner. Michael is just the most supportive, loving man I've ever met. So I'm just so beyond blessed to start with that. I know engagements are not about the ring. They're just about the love. And I'm telling you, the love is bright. The love is blossoming. And I am in the midst of wedding planning, and I am deep in the trenches of wedding planning, which we can talk about that later if that's something you'd like. So if you want to know more about wedding planning, comment down below. But for today, we're going to focus on the engagement. And also, if you are a bride to be or going to be in a wedding soon, I do have 2 episodes on weddings already. I have How to Be a Bridesmaid with Laure Ladouceur. She's a wedding content creator. And I also did a second episode with her where she gives some tips about weddings and formal attire and just all the things wedding planning 101. And also on my TikTok at Darien Diaries and on my Instagram at Darien Diaries, I plan on doing wedding planning 101 little snippets and tidbits of how you can plan your wedding. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure to go follow me there. And if you have any further questions, you can always send me a DM. All right. The meat of wedding planning, not wedding what am I saying? Of my engagement. My mind is so frazzled. So I knew Michael was going to propose. I didn't know when, I didn't know how, I didn't know what the ring looked like. But the day Michael bought the wedding ring, he was immediately suspicious. Okay. So for a week, because he bought it on a Sunday, I think. And so for that whole week, he didn't propose till the Friday. I felt like sick to my stomach in anticipation because I felt like it was coming, like when you know, and when I knew. I also knew because I was driving home from Cleveland because I was visiting. And when I got home, Michael wasn't here. And Michael's always home. So I'm like, where are you? So I called him and he didn't pick up. And I was like, Michael always picks up my phone calls. So that was immediately suspicious. What are you doing? You're not home? Okay, interesting. And so this man comes in the door and he's practically skipping. He was just so happy and excited. That's suspicious behavior because the rest of us over here have some Sunday scaries. But I was so excited to see him. Funnily, maybe not funnily, but I jumped up off the couch. I was sitting on this couch. I jumped off and I was like, oh my gosh, Michael. I was so excited to see him. I hadn't been away from him for a weekend in a long time. And so I ran over. And when you stand up too quickly and you get lightheaded? Well, that's what happened to me. And I literally passed out. And then I woke up and Michael's just taking care of me. And I'm like, what's going on? He's like, you literally just passed out. I don't know why my body does things like that, but anyways, after that, he was just super smiley and excited. And then he tells me that he planned Valentine's Day. We're going to go here, then we're going to go here, then we're going to do this. And he's like, make sure you wear a good outfit. And I was like, he's never told me to make sure to wear a good outfit because I'm always dressed to impress anyway. But he's like, yeah, make sure you wear a good outfit. And when's your nail appointment? As if that's not the most suspicious thing to say. When's your nail appointment? Well, my nail appointment was a few days before Valentine's Day. And so then I'm laying in bed, and you know how you're scrolling, and I went to look at the restaurant because this was like 2 weeks out from Valentine's Day. And I was like, Michael, the restaurant you plan on going to is booked for Valentine's Day and the day after and the day after. And so he's like, no, they're not. And so then we were looking for other restaurants. Every single restaurant was booked for Valentine's Day. So I was like, we could just go the week after. And he's like, or the week before. So I was like, okay. I was like, sure, yeah. And so the anticipation was on. Every single day I was nervous, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to move up my nail appointment. So I moved up my nail appointment just in case. And the whole week I was on edge. I could like tell it was coming. But this man, sorry to this man was literally saying things like,
if only you knew what was going to happen on our special, very special day.
okay, well, when you're saying it's a very special date, obviously there's something going to happen. And what could possibly happen other than that? You know, I like just couldn't think of any other possibility for a special date of what could perhaps happen. And so I was just like so excited, but so nervous at the same time. When I tell you that whole week leading up, Michael was taking videos. Actually, maybe I'll insert a video. I'm going to insert a video here so you guys can see me the night before I was engaged, like how nervous I was.
What are you doing? Stop.
Why are you so
I'm
anxious?
freaking out. I feel like I'm gonna combust. I'm so on edge. I hate not being in control. And I'm just freaking out because I don't know what's gonna happen. You've been acting weird all week. You've been very suspicious, and your language has been very suspicious. If only you knew.
And I wasn't nervous because I knew I was going to say yes. I was just nervous about how I would react because one, I'm a crier. And I was like, oh my gosh, is he going to do it in public? Are there people going to be there? Are they going to see me? Am I going to cry in front of all these people? And newsflash, I did cry. I cried. But I don't know why I felt so nervous because I think what it is I hate surprises. I am a planner. I am type A. And so because I knew the surprise was coming, the anticipation was killing me. It was eating me alive. I did not eat like for the whole week because I was just, when's it going to happen? When's it going to happen? When's it going to happen? You know? And so because the very special date was planned, I'm like, okay, it's going to happen on the very special date. Leading up to our very special date, like every single day, Michael's like, if you only knew what's going to happen, something crazy's going to happen. Is a pig going to fly? I don't know. I don't know what else crazy could happen. Why does everyone say like when pigs fly? I feel like, is it even that crazy? I don't know. But let's just get to engagement day. So it was a Friday. And so I had to work all day. And so immediately after work, 5 o'clock, closing the laptop, setting it aside, and sprinting 2 steps to my bathroom to do my hair and makeup. I don't know how to do hair. My makeup is like, it's okay. She's all right. And so I just was like getting ready, and I had an outfit picked out. Do I want to wear white? And I'm like, no, that's predictable. And so I wore my, everyday go-to look. I wore a black turtleneck with a jean skirt, tall black boot, very cute, winter. It wasn't on Valentine's Day. It was the week before Valentine's Day, so I didn't need to do like pink or red or whatever. And we went to Chouette, which is a French restaurant in Columbus, Ohio. And I had been dying to go here. Like, I love Paris. I love French food. I had been craving escargot. I know, real random. I actually love escargot. So this is the sort of restaurant me and Michael would not go to on the usual. Like, I'm not even going to lie. I love my Chinese food. I love my Burger King. I do not like fancy restaurants. Like, I love your casual, everyday restaurant, bar and grill. I love Italian. But fancy schmancy is not my cup of tea. Even if I was a millionaire, I still would not be there. I would be at Applebee's. Like, I love Applebee's, We are waiting for our Uber. I vlogged this entire thing just in case it was going to happen. I got ready. And then I was in the car. And then we were at the restaurant. I sent a video to my friend Bailey because I was so nervous and he didn't propose at dinner. And so I was like, is it coming? Like maybe he's not going to propose. Maybe I'm so delusional that he's not proposing today. And so I'm in the bathroom, like videotaping Bailey. Meanwhile, the entire time he had made a group chat with my besties and was messaging them. Like Bailey, Marissa, and Kelsey knew, and they were gaslighting me the whole week. They were like, it's not going to happen. Like, you just need to chill. I'm like, guys, it's going to happen. And they're like, Darian, whether it happens or not, you're going to be fine. And they were tricking me. The one person that truly tricked me was my sister, because we're sitting at dinner at Chouette and we were eating the bread. I had not eaten anything all day. I got the Caesar salad mid. And then I got escargot for dinner. I felt sick after eating 6 snails. Like I would have been good with 2. Like they're very rich. But I did eat all of that. And Michael got steak frites, and we were sitting at dinner and the vibes were just off. Like neither of us were like a big fan of the vibes. Like the restaurant was so cute. It wasn't the best dinner. It just wasn't the best dinner. Like I'm very glad we went. Like if I went back to this restaurant, I would go for cocktails, because I didn't have a cocktail because I was so nervous, and drinking more or any alcohol would have made me more nervous or like more anxious. And then I didn't get dessert because I was just like really antsy, but their dessert looked real good. So I would definitely go back and try that. And the waitress even spilled water on me. I was just like, wow, this is great. I like was really nice about it. Like it was fine. The restaurant was tight. So like she bumped something, or I don't even remember what happened, but it definitely like was not engagement worthy dinner. So I am happy he didn't propose there. And so after dinner, we got up and it is freezing outside. It's in the middle of winter and I'm just wearing my long sleeve turtleneck and a very light leather jacket because I wanted to look cute. And we were walking and we walked a few blocks and I'm like, Michael, I am in so much pain. I am so cold. I was shivering, like shaking in my boots, like that cold. And so I think it's the Ohio State House. I love beautiful architecture. I love Europe. I love just grand stone architecture. And Michael knows that. And unfortunately, there isn't that many options here in Ohio. And so we were walking through, which was a very cute park. I'd never been there, in front of the Ohio State House. Don't quote me. I think that's what that building was. And we were just like walking through the park and Michael was just saying really sweet things to me and it was just really nice. And I like was feeling jitters, and there's no one in this park. It was maybe 7 p.m. at this point, 8 p.m. I don't remember the time, but there's no one in this park. And then I see these 2 figures over here, what looks like my sister and brother-in-law. And I was like, is that my sister? And my brother-in-law was wearing a hat, which made him look like it wasn't him. I was like, that cannot be them. There's no way. And so then out of nowhere, Michael starts cuckooing. Do you know what a cuckoo is? Cuckoo, cuckoo. And I was like, I literally almost peed my pants. I'm like, that obviously was a signal. Funny thing is, that wasn't even a signal. There was no signal. But he started doing that to get their attention because he didn't think that they saw us when we were walking through the park. And so then we're walking up this ramp. Michael gets down on one knee and I black out. Blacked out. Oh my gosh. What is happening? And then I like see the massive rock and I was not expecting it. Am I happy? Blessed. Love. This is the most beautiful thing I've seen in my entire life. I did not pick it. Michael 110% picked it out himself. we had went ring shopping like months ago. I just bit my tongue. Months ago. I was so sure he was going to propose on our trip to Italy and Greece, and he did not. I had my hair done, nails done, tan done, extensions in. Yeah, it didn't happen. I'm happy it didn't happen because the way it happened was like a huge surprise and very beautiful and wonderful. But yeah, I told him I like oval, I like emerald, I like marquee. Anything elongated is good for me. I have chubbier fingers, so I do like coverage, but I'm like, I'm not going to tell you like what carat to get me. Like, I love you, whether it's 0 carats or 10 carats, I'm going to say yes. And so he's down on one knee. Don't even remember what he said, but I look over in shock because my sister and my brother-in-law are there. And I was not expecting to see them because at dinner, which I think I forgot to say before because my mind has just been running a million miles a minute, my sister was sending pictures of her dog's birthday party at dinner. And so I'm getting these texts and I'm like, oh my gosh, look, it's Lucy. She's wearing a little hat, birthday hat, so cute. So instead of me responding to my sweet, sweet Michael, blacked out, he's down on one knee. I look over and I'm like, birthday. Isn't it Lucy's birthday? What are you doing here? And Michael's still down on like one knee. And he's like, is your answer yes? Poor man. He's probably freaking out. I don't know what goes through a man's head when he proposed. Maybe he blacked out too. And so then my brother-in-law and sister were just like taking photos and videos. It was very sweet. And I was just so excited. Immediately after, calling friends and family, because you guys knew we posted the engagement the night we got engaged. So then my sister and brother-in-law drove us and we went to Lincoln Social. I love Lincoln Social. It is a rooftop bar in Columbus. My friend Owen does the social media. Amazing place, great place to spend our engagement night. And so we were just there. We sat, we chatted for a little bit. I'm literally at the table looking at venues. I was just so excited. I was like, we're getting married. I was so excited. I had venues in mind. I just was so excited for everything. Yeah, the next day I immediately started planning. What is today? It's March 1st, which means I've been engaged for less than a month and I have so many things booked. Photographer booked, videographer booked, venues booked, hair and makeup not booked. So if you know any good ones that won't break the bank, let me know. What else is booked? Bridesmaids asked, something blues notified. Like everything is under wraps because I'm a type A girly. 2026 wedding. The only thing I had to switch up was I always just assumed I'd get married in like spring or summer, as I feel like most people assume. So my Pinterest board was completely different. I had to make a completely new Pinterest board with new colors and inspiration since I'm getting married in the winter and we're getting married on Valentine's Day, which some people might love, some people might hate, but coming from us, everyone's like, don't you want an extra day to celebrate each other? No. We celebrate each other every single day. We're such a loving couple. We do everything together. I don't need an anniversary and Valentine's Day and this and then. It can all be one day. Like, you guys might think I'm dramatic. I am dramatic, but I'm low maintenance. Like, I don't need gifts. I don't need this. I really don't. And Valentine's Day, I have always thought was stupid. I feel like it's just like part of consumerism. You have to buy people this. One of my love languages is gift giving. I just want to give you a gift. I don't want it to have to be a specific day, but at the same time, it's really sweet. And so I was like, you know what? If we get married on this day, I can rebrand in my head. And then all my single friends that are coming can have plans. They can drink, be happy, be merry. And all the couples don't have to worry about getting reservations months in advance because everything is booked on Valentine's Day. So that was kind of our mindset once we decided winter or whatever. So that pretty much wraps up the engagement story. And then that night, we honestly just came home and went to bed. Michael was really tired. We talked to his family as well. We got some really sweet gifts from some friends and family. And we're really just deep into wedding planning. So the engagement story was, pretty short, nothing crazy, but it was so special and I loved it. And I'm so excited and I'm engaged. And there's been a few people, and when I say a few people, I mean literally 3 people have been like, this is my royal wedding. And you guys don't know what that means to me. That means so much to me. I told Michael, I'm like, yeah, everyone's saying it's the royal wedding, obviously, because I'm Delulu. Delulu is the Salulu. And he's like, it's literally 3 people. It's me and my 3 fans. Like, you know what? I'm excited. 3 listeners, love you. I know more than 3 people listen. And I know you nosy, little nosy. Words are hard. I know a lot of people will probably tune into this episode because just like you, I'm also nosy and I would tune in if someone else posted this episode. So thanks for tuning in today. Please rate the pod if you want me to keep doing it, because I'm in the midst of wedding planning. I have pulled back from the pod. It was every week, then it was every other week. Now it's kind of like once a month. If you do want more frequent episodes, you got to let me know. You got to let me know if this means something to you or you love it. Let me know by DMing me, sending me an email, commenting on YouTube, Spotify, wherever you're getting your podcast. A 20-something survival guide, the place where you and me learn to survive and thrive in our 20s and beyond. Anyways, I really appreciate you guys for being here today. Thank you. Rate the pod, like, subscribe, share with your friends. Let me know what you want to talk about next. Let me know what guests you want me to have on. As always, I'm Darian Alexis, and don't forget to survive and thrive. I think